10 people shot and killed in Pietermaritzburg. My understanding is that it's all members of the same family, 2 men and 8 women in Pietermaritzburg. Let's head down to ENCA senior reporter Dason Tathia, who's in Pietermaritzburg for us, I understand, in Mbali. Dason, hello, good morning. What do you have for us?
Gareth, well, apologies for looking slightly distracted. I'm just hearing in the distance what sounds like gunfire in the area. Some of the community members are reacting. A short while ago, we also saw some of the police officers that were at the scene leaving with speed. So we'll have to find out in a short while exactly what's going on. It sounds like it's in the vicinity, quite close. A rapid gunfire that we just heard now. And as you mentioned, we are in Mbali, in Pietermaritzburg. This is the scene of that crime where 10 people were murdered in the early hours of this morning, all of them related. It's not far behind me, just past this cordon tape here and off to the left. That's where the house is where this family was, and that's where they were also ambushed by those gunmen. There's there's a bit of context when we talk about this area, Gareth, and that's that the community from here has unfortunately gotten accustomed to constant murders and shootings that take place. It's reflected in the crime stats year in and year out. You always find that this area of Plesisla, under which Mbali falls, is normally always featuring in either the top 3 or top 4 when it comes to crime stats. I'm going to bring in now Brigadier Jay Naika, who's with the SAPS. Brigadier, I know that the Minister will be here shortly, but I think perhaps one of the things that we must look at with urgency is what's happening just a few streets away. Is there any indication when we saw the police officers leaving here about where they may have been going to?
Yeah, no, I was in the same situation. As you said, you were setting up when we saw the police vehicles leaving here. So I'm quite sure they're following up on some information, because we had detectives from the Provincial Organised Crime Unit at the task team. They were here, so I'm sure as they were here, they received some information which they were following up.
Okay, no, we'll keep tabs on that. But just to go back to what happened in this house, what are the reports saying about what could be a possible motive and how this family was confronted by those gunmen in the early hours?
According to the community, at around 2 o'clock this morning, there was load shedding in the area and they heard gunshots. So they did the right thing by calling the Plesisla police immediately. And fortunately, the Plesisla police station is not too far away, and the police officers immediately responded. They managed to locate the house even in the dark. When they got here, the gunmen had fled. When they got into the house, they found the bodies of 10 people. They ranged from about 15 years old till about 63 years of age. 7 of them were females and 3 were males. They all died of gunshot wounds. According to a witness, which we managed to locate, there were 2 gunmen. They entered the house and just opened fire indiscriminately on the occupants of the house, and they fled immediately afterwards.
Although this is under investigation, and I know that you are still trying to find a motive, but at this point, does it appear that they took anything? Was it a robbery? Did they leave with anything?
No, at this stage we can't really confirm the motive. We know I don't think anything was taken, but I'm speaking out of correction.
What is if you look at KZN as a whole at the moment, we're seeing a number of shootings. Yesterday, I think we counted about 3 or 4 different incidents. Are you seeing any common trend or theme amongst these incidents between Durban and here in Pietermaritzburg?
These shootings are widespread across KZN, and they're not related. The motives are always different, but I think it's a much bigger social problem, and it's not something that the police alone can tackle. So there will be other departments that come on board, because people are killed for many reasons, and most of them arising out of disputes, whether it's personal, business related, and what have you. And we can't have a situation where people are just killed. Just over, as I said, disputes in some cases, and sometimes business rivalry.
Although there have been a number of murders here in Plesisla, I don't think it's something that should ever be normalized. But when we're talking about this area specifically, do we have any idea what drives the shootings and the violence that we see here?
There are a number of motives. When you analyze a crime, as I indicate, there will be a number of motives. Family disputes, as I said, business rivalry. There was even a lot of domestic, some of them are not domestic related, so the motives vary.
Thank you very much, Brigadier Jay Naika there, Gareth, and we'll definitely keep tabs on what is taking place in the area. We'll try to find out the source of that gunfire that we heard a short while ago and the response from police officers. As I did mention here during that interview that the Police Minister, Bheki Cele, will be on his way. I believe that he has landed, so he just needs to make his way here to the crime scene. He will be with the National Commissioner as well, and perhaps we'll be able to get a broader update on exactly what is taking place in the province. A number of shooting incidents between yesterday and today, but beyond that, there have also been several over the past few months as well, and it's really concerning for anyone that's living in this province.
Yeah, it certainly is very concerning as well. As we begin our discussion, Jason, I wasn't too sure if I was hearing clapping or something else in the background. I'm glad you referred to it. What you think is live gunfire going off in the background, automatic gunfire, not too far from where you are. So I'll leave you to look at that in a moment. Just remind me, in case I got the numbers wrong, just want to make sure we're giving viewers the latest information. 7 females and 3 males. That's what I understood that to be. Is that correct?
That's correct. The initial reports, I think information was a bit sketchy at the time, indicated that there could have been 8 females, but we have a confirmation now that it is 7 females of the 10 people that were affected. It's obviously left this community in shock. These were people that lived and interacted with everyone here. That's why you're also seeing a number of people, Gareth, that are on the side of the street. It's attracted a huge police presence as well, because now obviously the urgent matter is to deal with who these gunmen were. But right now, those are the numbers we have, and we'll be getting further updates on more about this family and what may have been behind the shooting as the day progresses and as these investigators continue to uncover more information.
Absolutely. And as you say, the police minister, you understand, has landed in the area. No doubt it's going to make his way to your part of Pietermaritzburg very shortly. I'm sure we'll come back to you once he is there. Maybe you'll be able to find out from him directly what he's going to do about this. ENCA senior reporter Jason Tathia for us in Pietermaritzburg. You can see investigators and forensics are on the scene after the killing of this family. 10 people in total in the early hours of this morning. The SAPS confirming to Jason that at their last count, it was 7 females and 3 males, expected ages between 15 and 63. We'll go back later here on ENCA.